Ba-da-bum, 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 ba-da-bum.
All right, Week 10 NFL. Good matchup here Thursday night to start off the week. Colts at Tennessee. One of my buddies told me that the line for this game is Tennessee -1. The Titans are winning this game. I'm not saying the Colts, won't be competitive, but the Colts have been smoke and mirrors this year. The Titans are a much better team, and to make them -1 at home, I don't understand. I would jump on that line. It's probably gone up by the time you watch this anyway, but Tennessee's going to win this game. I know Tennessee lost to the Bengals a couple weeks ago, but listen, everybody's got a hiccup here and there. Titans are the better team. They're the second or third best team in the AFC, and let's just move on here. Titans are going to win. Sunday afternoon, early games, you got Houston and Cleveland. Cleveland coming off the bye, needing a win. The Texans, this season's over. But, with the expanded playoffs, Cleveland's looking good to get into playoffs right now. They're in the 7 or 8 spot, depending on tiebreaker, but they can pick up this win here. They're in pretty good shape. And listen, they might go to 8 teams anyway. But I like Cleveland here coming out of the bye. Baker Mayfield's going to play. And Houston, their season's over. Washington's at Detroit. Detroit. What the hell's Detroit even been doing? I haven't been. Detroit's not that good. Washington, of course, they can still win the East despite being 2-6. They'll need to get the win here. I'm going to take Detroit here, but I wouldn't be surprised if Washington wins this game just because both these teams are, below average, except one of them has a chance to make the playoffs, and it's actually the 2-6 team, not the 3-5 team. But I'll take Detroit to win, but this could end up being a close game. Jacksonville's at Green Bay. This is your survivor pick of the week, assuming that you haven't already picked Green Bay. Jacksonville, I guess Luton's starting again. But the Packers, the Packers are a quality team. This is not, there's not really a whole lot to talk about here. Packers are going to win this one. Eagles are playing the Giants again. Giants had this team beat a couple weeks ago, up 11 with 6 minutes to go, and they found a way to blow it. Eagles getting Miles Sanders back, I think. They're getting Alshon Jeffrey back. Eagles are getting healthy. They're already a game and a half above everyone else, even at 3-4-1. And the Giants will be feisty the rest of the way. They turn over the ball too much. But they'll, this will be another interesting game, and hopefully Philly just wins, and then we can stop with the, everyone's still alive in the NFC East crap, because I've just had it already. So I'll take Philly to win, and enough's enough. Let's see. Tampa Bay's at Carolina. I don't know what happened to Tampa Bay last week. That was ridiculous. I was half paying attention to that game, and before you knew it, it was 28-0. And I don't know. That's just obviously, New Orleans is a good team, but and Tampa's got a good defense. I don't know what the hell was going on in that game. I don't know that there were a lot of turnovers. I know Brady threw a couple of bad interceptions, but. They're going to look to get back on track, but Carolina, Carolina is live every week, even though they're not a playoff team. This is going to be a tough matchup. I'll take Tampa Bay, but don't be surprised if Carolina, keeps it close or possibly knocks it off. But Tampa Bay's got to wake up after that game, so I'll give them the edge there. I'll take Tampa. All right, Sunday late afternoon. Wow, we got 6 late afternoon games. Wow. That's you got more late afternoon than early afternoon. That's you don't usually see that. Denver is at Las Vegas. The Raiders again are in contention for a playoff spot. The Broncos, really need to win this game, but and listen, Drew Lock came on the second half of last year. Looks like he might be starting to do that again too. Again, Denver's got a lot of young offensive weapons. I'll take the Raiders here, but again, quality ball game for fantasy purposes, and if you're looking for the Raiders to kind of take a step forward here, try to keep that playoff push going. I don't know, I'm just saying things right now. I'll take Las Vegas to win. Chargers are at Miami. The future of the NFL possibly. Justin Herbert, Tua Tagovailoa. I'm sorry, I don't know how to say his name. Tua. Tagovailoa. That's what it is. Okay. Again, a great ball game. Neither one of these teams is going to be in the playoffs. But again, actually, no, I shouldn't say that. Miami's 5-3. I'm gonna take the Chargers here. The Chargers got to win a game here. This is. I mean, it's just they're not great, but the defense is good enough that the offense can move the ball. They got to win a game here. I'll take them and beat Miami in this one. But this if they don't win this week, it's the last time I'm taking the Chargers because they just keep losing ball games. Buffalo's at Arizona. Another quality game. Two teams in the hunt. Buffalo. Buffalo's going to probably win the East now. I mean, Miami's really the only team that has a chance to catch them. Arizona's right there in the NFC West. Again, this is a great matchup, and obviously a lot of good fantasy prospects here. Hopefully, we get another shootout game here. Both of these teams have seemed to be in those kind of games, and they play each other. I'm going to take. Oh man, Arizona's had some bad losses at home. They've lost to Miami. They've lost to Detroit. Arizona bounces back this week. Kyler Murray's ridiculous. I'm going to take Arizona to bounce back in this one. Seattle's at the Rams. An NFC West battle. Again, all teams in the NFC West could possibly make the playoffs, and they're all still obviously in the hunt to win the division too. And this is a big game here. Russell Wilson. What a joy to have him in fantasy, along with DK Metcalf, and it's just he's the MVP. He's lighting it up. The Rams. Listen, the Rams defense is good, but I don't trust the Rams to keep up on offense here, and I don't trust the defense to slow down Seattle enough. So I'll take Seattle to win this one. San Fran's at New Orleans. Wow, got a lot of good games this week. Jeez, San Fran. You got all these games playing at late afternoon on Sunday, man. This is the week you need that DirecTV game mix because this is a lot going on Sunday here. San Francisco's at New Orleans. The Saints, coming off a big one in Tampa. The 49ers coming off half their team out from COVID. No Kittle, no Garoppolo. 49ers, maybe this isn't a good game, actually. Now I'm thinking about it. 49ers are not going to be able to keep up here. New Orleans is going to win. Cincinnati's at Pittsburgh. Boy, the Steelers, I'll tell you, man, last week was weird because, obviously the Cowboy season's over. But, you're playing Pittsburgh, and it's always a big game. It's Pittsburgh. But I actually took the Steelers in my survivor pool, and it was just weird, the whole game. It's just, it didn't feel right. And, of course, it came down to the last play. And, we obviously we were able to move on. But, I was kind of wanting to save Pittsburgh for this week, but then when I saw they were playing fourth-string Cowboys quarterback, I'm like, we got to take the Steelers. And then the rest of the schedule kind of works out a little bit better. But this is a trap game here because Cincinnati can move the ball, and Pittsburgh's undefeated, so someone's going to trip them up here at some point. And I don't know. Is Roethlisberger playing? I know he was put on the COVID list, but I don't know if he's playing or not. I mean, listen, I'm going to pick Pittsburgh to win the game, but. This is a dangerous one if you got to go Pittsburgh this week, in Survivor because someone's going to trip. They're not going undefeated. Someone's going to trip them up, and it could be the Bengals this week. But right, I think Pittsburgh will win, but stay tuned. And then Sunday night you get Baltimore at New England. Fantastic matchup here. Again, New England is struggling to, they really were almost 2-6, which is kind of hard to believe. Even though obviously no more Brady, but barely squeaking by the Jets. They're going to give Baltimore a good game here. I'm going to take Baltimore because I think it's time for Lamar Jackson for liftoff. I think it's time for him to start putting up some big numbers. Enough's enough already. And listen, if the Jets can throw up 27 on that defense, I know Gilmore was out, but Baltimore should be able to move the ball here. And a good ball game here. New England's last stand, perhaps. But I'll take Baltimore. And then Monday night you get Minnesota, Chicago. The Bears are hard to figure out. They're right in the middle there, but they're in danger of not getting into playoffs, especially if they lose this game because you got the whole NFC West there that's in contention. You got the Saints and the Buccaneers. One of these garbage East teams is going to get in, so the Bears got to get this win here. Now the Vikings have been ridiculous. Dalvin Cook running wild, throwing up 40 fantasy points the last 2-3 weeks. Every week I forget how far back it goes now, but he's hot. But I just don't trust Minnesota going against a decent defense. Especially if they're able to get in Cousins' face. Cousins will make bad decisions. A good game here. I'm going to take the Bears. This is going to be a tough NFC North battle. Blah blah blah, and that's it for Week 10. Cowboys are off this week, so we get a week off to not have to sit through the nonsense. I'll tell you what. I looked at during the game last week. They put up a thing like the Cowboys would have the number 3 pick in the draft, and I was like, whoa. Like or maybe it was the Monday night game because the Jets are still haven't won, but they put up what the draft order would be right now, and I was like, wow, the Cowboys could get the number 3 pick in the draft. Like let's just tank. I mean, not that we have a choice really, but we're gonna probably lose most of the rest of these games anyway. But the idea of the Cowboys having that high of I know they had the number was I think Zeke went number 4. In 15, but the Jets can win a couple of games here. The Cowboys could have the number 1 pick. I don't know that the Cowboys are going to win another game. I know they get Washington again. They get Philly again, but that's it. They've only got I think 2 more East games, right? They played. They got the Giants again, so they get all the East teams one more time, but. Let's go Jets. Let's go Jacksonville. Let's get a couple of garbage wins up there for you guys. So, the Cowboys ever had the number 1 pick? I know they traded for 77. They picked to a set, but I don't. Oh, 89 they had the number 1 pick. But other than that, those are the only 2 times Cowboys have had the number 1 pick. Maybe I'm missing. I'm sure I'm missing something somewhere. But anyway, Cowboys are off this week. Week 10 football. Enjoy, and then there you go, Week 10.